19 Nocturne Boulevard.
Nocturne Boulevard? Not far. When you hit Howard, hang a right. Howard meets Phillip at a weird kind of angle. Then you cross James and Poole. You can't miss Nocturne. It's just past the Automatic.
19 Nocturne Boulevard. Your address for suspenseful stories of the speculative, strange, and supernatural.
Tonight's episode is Chemo, the town of Golden Woods, adapted from a story by J.M. Perkins. This episode contains mature language and violence, and may not be suitable for all listeners. Please listen responsibly.
Yes? This is 19 Nocturne Boulevard. Won't you step inside? Did you have any trouble finding it?
What do you mean, what kind of a place is it? Why, it's a secret headquarters. Can't you tell?
So sorry to keep you waiting, General.
Interesting setup you have here. What's this quote?
A vital part of our credo.
I looked and saw the beasts of the field, the submen and overmen, the monsters and parasites. I watched them growing, breeding undying like 1,000 cancers over the body of mankind.
And I cried out, Who can kill these cancers before the body dies? Book of Chemo, chapter 29, verse 14.
The Book of Chemo. I thought this was an organization, not a religion.
Chemo is a belief system, not merely a job. Ah, they're coming in.
One-way glass, eh?
Just like the cops.
Coffee.
I'd rather get this over with.
A debriefing isn't something I can just sign off on.
No. Is this being recorded?
Always. Recordings are stable. Minds change too often, don't you think?
Nice segue.
Let's start from the beginning.
It started when you called a group of us in for an emergency meeting. Present were myself, Burke, Julia. Later we had Howard and,
Glen and Buchanan.
If you say so. I don't think they really stuck in my memory. Anyway, they joined us later.
Memory is the other reason for recordings. We lost contact with an agent. He was on leave in his hometown, a place called Golden Woods. By all accounts, it's a nice enough suburb.
Why are we having a meeting? Who went AWOL?
No one any of you know, an Agent Goldstein. But it's who we sent after Goldstein, Matthew Rydon.
Fuck.
Who the hell is Rydon?
Supreme badass. Kind of like Burke there. They usually send him to collect anyone who's gone wayward.
That's seriously messed up. You try to leave, they dispatch agents?
It's not like that, Joseph. If you burn out, Rydon just talks to you, that's all. If you say no, they let you go on your way. But everybody gets a talking to first.
Oh.
You do record everything, don't you?
It's important we keep things straight.
I felt 3 feet tall. Like I was caught passing notes in Mrs. Hernandez's 3rd grade class.
Moving along, we made contact with Goldstein. He says he's happy where he is. He says he spoke with Rydon, but that Rydon left. We're tracking Rydon's GPS. It's hundreds of miles away. But that was a locator he knew about. The one he didn't hasn't left town.
Another?
Shh. That bothered you?
It was surprising. We're supposed to be the good guys.
Of course.
It feels awfully Big Brother-ish.
You understand, though, why we do these things.
Yeah.
You spy on your own people? That's hardly conducive to generating trust.
Are you aware of the sort of things Chemo was organized to combat?
I only have the vaguest idea of why I'm here at all. Something to do with an incident?
I understand your need to know more before signing off on this. The incident was a bit much to simply sweep under the rug.
And you're going to tell me everything I need to know.
Of course. I have to convince you to sign some papers for us. How else could I manage that?
Drugs?
Alters the signature. Too much chance of being caught or questioned later.
So, why do you spy on your own people?
Chemo's purpose, our mission, is to deal with things outside the normal realm. What we refer to as cancers of the body being the human race.
Chemo, got it.
All the things you and your various departments don't want to admit exist.
Like the supernatural.
Supernatural, paranormal, call it what you will. All these things are far too often able to influence people, even our agents. We spy on them to protect them.
Same excuse we use. Oh, they're talking again.
I fucking hate blind drops.
You have an exemplary record with us. Short, but exemplary.
I haven't had time to burn out. Is Burke okay? Julia?
Right now, we're talking about you and Goldenwoods.
We all went in separately. Burke and I were on the same plane coming in, but kept up the facade.
Just as ordered. Burke's in charge. Julie and Joseph, you're new enough that Rydon and Goldstein won't recognize you. I don't know what's going on in Goldenwoods, but don't take any chances. No offense, Burke, but if they took out Rydon, they can take you out. Assume Goldstein has gone native and is helping them, whoever they are, develop countermeasures.
Countermeasures? The supernatural? Don't they just go boo?
General, you of all people should understand the danger of underestimating an enemy.
The plane landed. We all went to hotel rooms. Burke ended up booked into a bed and breakfast. I can just picture Burke, supreme badass, hemmed in by antiques and a nosy, doting old couple. Did you say Burke was all right?
I didn't say.
When I got to my room, Julia was already there, along with the 3 other agents, Howard and,
the other 2.
They were sort of interchangeable.
Ah.
Just turn on the recording, why don't you?
Shh. Burke's on the cell phone. Rydon and Goldstein were waiting for him.
I wasn't even incautious yet, but that set off alarms. I started looking for enemies, touched my gun.
Relax. They're just talking. Phone's in his pocket. I don't think they know.
Getting slow your old age, Burke. Goldstein spotted you almost before I did.
Hold on.
Getting slow in your old age, Burke. Goldstein spotted you almost before I did.
The cell phone?
We knew you'd come. Chemo would never just accept that we were happy.
Of course.
Then we're tired of all the killing and the dying. We just want to be people again. You know how many agents I've talked out of retiring?
47.
And everyone thinks it doesn't affect me. Have you even looked around? I know you've identified all the threats for 50 miles, but have you seen? This is a nice town, Burke. I mean, I stay here, but this is as good a place as any to start my retirement.
I understand how the job wears you down. It wears on me, too. In the end, Chemo will let you go, Rydon. They just don't like to be lied to.
We'll see, I guess, won't we, Burke?
Did that seem too easy? Arouse suspicions?
Turn it back on. I think there's a bit more.
Oh, and Burke, tell the others, all the agentlings clustered about the phone in the other hotel, to relax. These are good people here. We don't want any trouble.
Yeah, that's the part that creeped me out. Rydon was good, very good. Better than us, maybe better than Burke.
So what did we learn?
Shit, I thought you turned that off.
Sorry. Let's take a break.
Would you like some coffee?
I'd like information more.
You'll get what you need.
I have a lot of questions.
We don't belong to you. Your presence here is merely a courtesy.
We could shut your militia, shut it down in a heartbeat.
I don't think you'd find it that simple. And with Chemo gone, who would be there to protect you from...
Ghosts?
Anything outside. Do you recall a recent incident in a prison? We lost 12 agents there, but staved off an epidemic. Next time, we'll call you in.
But this was Legionnaire's disease.
The cover-up was.
Tell me what you can.
Good.
There's a bit of blank here.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Burke got us outside and walking. We zigged and zagged and ended up in an alley. And then he pulled out the EMP.
Disabling any covert watchers.
And all our stuff. He could have given us a heads up. I was just glad I had a backup phone in my gear at the hotel.
Talk fast. Talk low. They might already be onto us.
Wait, how can you have a...
Special backup recorder.
Everyone. I noticed
Auto-damping power source. Shh.
They were the same. In sync. Their heartbeats. I didn't really notice until the blinking struck me. They blink in unison. It's unsettling.
That could be a fluke. Side effect of paradigm training, maybe? Like they're stuck in calm, or maybe something they were exposed to on an earlier mission.
That's the thing. It's not just them. It's everyone. The old couple at my inn, the gas station attendant, same slow, steady heart rate, same utter lack of stress. And that just doesn't happen naturally. Something is going on here. Something not normal.
Did you see it too?
Not till Burke mentioned it.
Paradigm training.
I'm not really authorized.
Oh, just speak hypothetically and get it over with. That's what we all do, and we can't put something on the record.
Hypothetically, then, any person can be trained to fight, right?
Yeah, a basic principle of my job.
And they can be trained to watch for certain visual cues and stimuli.
Go on.
Paradigm training, if it indeed exists.
Yes.
Brings out certain personality aspects, focuses the mind on a paradigm, and utilizes associated skills.
As in?
Hypothetical specific. Everyone has a teensy touch of paranoia somewhere in their makeup. Do you agree?
Yes.
Well, what if you were able to switch on that paranoia and then use its attendant skills, hypervigilance, constant evaluation of potential hazards, identification of escape routes and weapons?
That's called being in combat.
We refer to it as cautious, but it is very similar, hypothetically.
But the way you hypothetically talk, there's more than just this one paradigm.
I've already messaged the higher-ups. They're supposed to set up a precautionary quarantine.
In theory, I'm fairly sure there might
Either we figure out what's up, or we get out. This is nothing we've ever encountered.
But how do we know it's bad? How do we know this qualifies as a cancer? It just seems like everyone is relaxed. So what?
I've known Rydon for years. He ate stress for breakfast. Now, I've never seen him so happy. I wish it were real. That this town was good. But something's up. Body snatchers, mind control, who knows? We have to assume the worst, so we won't get caught off guard.
Right.
Okay, here's how we're going to work this. I need you all to take on investigatory and cautious paradigms as strongly as you can manage. First thing tomorrow, we'll pair up and fan out.
Goosey gander, whither shall I wander, upstairs and downstairs.
What is that? Some kind of prayer?
Sometimes, everyone's touchstones and keywords are very personal.
They just get to pick their own.
What are we looking for?
For something this deeply involved in the psyche, we have found it highly effective for individuals to find their own symbols.
Anything we can find.
Is that woman singing?
Some people find music very emotionally charged. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
I freaking hate cautious.
It's not a paradigm people take on for fun.
No shit. Cautious. Better name for it would be batshit paranoid. I was barely able to sleep. Bad as the hotel room was, though, trying to explore the town on cautious was worse.
A lot of angles to watch in an entire town.
You think? The fear, the desperate urge to get to a quiet, safe place where I could watch the only entrance or exit, it was almost more than I could bear.
But you were also in Investigate.
Yeah, it helped a bit. On top of having skin that crawled constantly and eyes too big for my head, I couldn't help but try to make patterns, find anomalies, and manufacture answers and explanations. I was paired up with Julia, was even more jumpy.
They can have more than one paradigm at the same time.
It's difficult, but not impossible.
They're like walking and chewing gum.
More like riding a unicycle while juggling razor-sharp swords. It's also not something you want to keep up for very long.
He talks about seeing more.
The human eye constantly takes in an enormous amount of data. The mind simply filters out a large percentage of it before reporting. In this case, while he feels like he's seeing more, he's merely perceiving more of what he would have seen anyway.
Any chance I can talk you into changing some of my people?
We can talk after you sign off on your report.
Oh.
Nothing. Even with my hopped-up sight, even under the constant grip of paranoia, I still couldn't get a sense of what was going on. Burke called us all back to his room.
It's all hollow.
Made me think of chocolate Easter bunnies.
Yeah, we found a school completely deserted.
Same everywhere. Howard and I hit the office district. All the fast food places were fully manned, even had customers. But it was all for show.
Nobody was eating the food, just sitting there, going through the motions.
When we barged into buildings at random, they were empty.
A Potemkin village.
So it's all a prop? A stage?
Hold on. Glen, Buchanan, took you long enough. Sit.
Whoa. Wait just a minute.
Get the zip ties.
Not until you explain just what the hell is going on here.
Listen.
Damn it.
We're fucked. We're just so fucked. It's in the air. It's in us already.
You can't hear it on the tape, but their hearts, they were beating together. They were breathing together. It was freaky.
We are so fucked.
It's not in the air. Sensors didn't pick up anything.
Fuck.
If it was in the air, we'd already be infected.
Fuck me.
I don't know. This is some kind of mind jack bullshit, or there's some parasite.
Please, allow us to explain.
Fuck.
Go on.
You have to understand, it has been difficult for us to put on the show for you these past few days. Difficult to produce the illusion that there is not the unity.
What are you?
We are unity. We are all as one. We are every brain and body in this town united, sharing our thoughts, our emotions, our all.
What have you done with my friends?
We sent these bodies because you knew them. We stripped the weapons so you would not identify them as threats. You must understand. You must help us.
Help you? Help you? I repeat again, what the hell have you done with my friends?
Every man, every woman has structures built into themselves to keep their sense of self separate. In our town, we discovered the words, the programming to route around those controls.
You're not answering my questions.
My hand!
It'll be your eye next.
Why? Why did you do that?
You weren't answering my questions. Now, tell me exactly what you did to our agent.
We exposed them to the words and to the symbols. They listened, they saw, and understood. And then they were in. They were with us. They were part of us.
You stole them. You took their mind.
These bodies, we had to take them. We had to talk with you. Had to try to make you understand. But the first one, and the one who followed him, they joined the unity of their own accord.
And they're, what, dead?
Nothing is lost in the unity. Nothing. They have only gained, as you will gain.
Burke. Man.
But you won't. We see that now. How could a monster, a killer, understand? You must become part of all in one.
Guys, we're kind of surrounded.
You must come to the keepers of the book.
It's all gone, isn't it?
The unity, as they called it, is gone, broken,
And the book.
is safely locked away.
Before you ask, the book is inconsequential.
But
The book was merely a focus, getting everyone on the same page, so to speak. You'll see.
I was so glad Burke was there to figure out what to do. I had no clue.
Joseph, Julia, cover their eyes, gag them, and toss them in the bathroom. Howard, I need you to shift to berserker aspect.
Don't fuck me sideways with a chainsaw, White, don't ya?
You think that crowd's gonna let us out without a fight?
I wasn't saying no. I'm setting it off! Son of a
I
goddamn
fucking hate Berserk.
It's not my favorite.
Berserk?
Another paradigm.
And it's
Just what it sounds like.
We figured we had about 3 minutes before he'd have to kill something. Berserk doesn't care much if it's someone you know.
Howard's gonna cut a path for us. We have to stay close and get to a vehicle.
Understood.
Howard, you got it? Agent Howard, you understand?
Yes! Come on!
Let's go.
God, it hurts even to listen.
We're almost done.
Yeah. We grabbed every gun we could. Burke had an arsenal and ran down the 2 flights of stairs.
Where do they now?
I can spool ahead a bit.
What was that he said?
One of the Chemo battle hymns.
That's a part of the text over there.
Something like that.
You really believe all this stuff?
I've seen enough to believe that what I'm doing is vital to the survival of mankind. Can you say the same?
Yes.
Good.
You know what it's like to go berserk. Hell, you taught me.
Yes.
But what about whoever's watching behind the mirror? Is that someone who knows? Or is it just someone who's read about it?
I don't know who may be observing.
Do you? Hey, hello in there! You want to know the dirty little secret about going berserk? Why I was both relieved and disappointed that Burke picked Howard? Hello?
Sit down. You need to get calm.
I've been goddamn calm for goddamn long enough.
Is he doing that berserk thing?
He's just frustrated. Go ahead and tell us, Joseph.
We're listening.
The worst part is it's fun. No one lets on, and it hurts so bad the next day. It's almost not worth it. But when you're in it...
Yes?
You think it's satisfying to kick butt and take names? This ain't like that at all. When you go berserk, you just want something to bleed. Anything standing or moving or breathing is a threat. And no matter what you do, you can kill kids, pregnant ladies, or the angels themselves. You'll never regret it. All you remember is how much you enjoyed the feel of flesh rending beneath your fingers, of blood in your mouth, of bodies giving way and falling before you. No guilt, no remorse, only the memory of joy.
Thank you. That was very enlightening.
The fact that it isn't troubling is the most troubling thing of all.
Sit. Tell me about this.
That first shot, that's when we noticed it. Well, maybe not Howard. He didn't have time to think. Every time we shot one of them, the others would feel it, would spasm. Eventually they got over it. Must have been too much pain. Still, they flinched with every bullet. We would have won. They weren't skilled, and feeling one another's pain was a severe disadvantage. But there were just so many of them. The entire town converged on us. We were out of ammo in no time.
I'm empty.
Me too.
Howard! Oh shit, Howard's down! Surrender. Turn it off. Surrender. Turn it off. The same cycle every day.
Is that all?
Just a short break.
What's he doing?
I think he's trying for calm.
Another rhythm,
Yes.
I can skip ahead a bit.
Howard died.
Yes.
We apologize. We never wanted this. But you will understand soon. Nothing will be lost, but we need you with us. We need to spread. We need to leave. Fuck off.
Burke was shot in the leg, in agony, but he was still defiant. He signaled us to follow along. What else could we do? We were lashed to chairs in the middle of that crowd.
It was a student who showed us the way. The capacity to be together was with us all the time. We just needed the words, the symbols. We just needed the book to be written. But the word doesn't work alone. We needed the sync.
The entire town was there, smiling at us. Always smiling.
You will be first, Burke. We need you and what is in your mind the most. No! Joseph, Julia, whatever they do to me, don't look!
They taped Burke's eyes open. A man sat across from him, breathing to match him, and rubbed his leg as though in pain.
Makes us sad to be lonely alone.
He had a book. The child was showing pages of symbols to Burke.
Look away!
I shut my eyes tight. I began to loop a song in my head.
Feels so
Getting a song stuck in your head, especially if you do it consciously, is a good way to block out the world.
So we can be together.
I started singing out loud.
You just have to learn to hear the others. You can hear them anytime.
You make me. Turn it off. Agents in hazmat suits showed up shortly, and I was quarantined for 2 weeks. And now, I'm sitting here talking to you.
Do you know what happened? What Burke did?
Not really.
When the residents of Golden Woods attempted to incorporate Burke into their so-called all-as-one, he was already cycling to berserk aspect.
Good God.
The blood madness spread. They felt as he felt, and they tore themselves apart. Literally.
There were a few survivors. Most of them went insane or catatonic. Makes sense, I suppose, considering what they did, what they felt.
What are you going to do with him?
We'll be observing them for a while. If the long-term traumas with intolerable levels, we'll probably train a few as agents.
Really?
Standard procedure. I could use a drink. You?
Sure, but,
Let me get those forms for you to sign off on.
Can I see Julia and Burke?
Yes, well, Julia has already left, but you can certainly see her when you both get back. As for Burke...
What?
Burke was actually brought into the Unity. He says it made him understand himself and his fellow man. Even as he joined, he felt himself tearing apart the most beautiful thing he'd ever been a part of.
Oh.
Suffice to say, we don't know what the long-term effects will be. We know he did the right thing, but whenever we discuss it with him, he calmly tells us that he destroyed humanity's great hope.
All right, there.
Good. Smile for the camera. We record everything. And here.
Right.
Cheers.
You know, I'd really love to hear more about this paradigm.
Oh, upsy daisy. Cut that last part off and burn a disc for the General's records. Yes, just the signing part. Good. And get someone in here to take him back to his hotel. Make sure he has plenty of liquids when he wakes up.
Burned away, 'cause I wanna see you. Oops.
My fault.
No problem. Same cycle every day. Sick head gonna wash it away, away, away.
Now that you know how to find us, don't be a stranger. We have enough of those already. Tonight's story, Chemo, the Town of Golden Woods, was adapted by Julie Hoverson from a story by J.M. Perkins, which was originally broadcast in dramatized story form in the Dunesteef audio magazine in fall of 2009. In tonight's production, Joseph was Big Anklevitch, and Burke was Rish Outfield, both of the Dunesteef audio magazine. The General was Bryan Hendricksen. The Doctor was Angela Kirby. Jones was Jean Thorkildsen. Julia was Megan Lane. Howard was Mark Olson. Rydon was Glen Hallstrom. Goldstein was Reynaud LeBoeuf. Glen and Buchanan were Julie and Danar Hoverson. The child was Little Anklevitch. The crowd included Julie Hoverson, Kim Poole, Beverly Poole, Mike Campbell, and Danar Hoverson. Thanks to Glen Hallstrom for the intro title of this episode and some sound help. Music for this episode was by Matthew Pastanakiewicz. This episode also featured the song Methylchloroisothiazolinone by Josh Woodward from his album Dirty Wings. Listen at the end of the credits for the original song. The cover art for this episode was by Brett Coolstock. Sound effects were found on soundsnap.com and sonomic.com and onesoundfx.com. Sound and mastering was done by Julie Hoverson. The opening theme was by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. The opening credits featured Cole Hornaday, Reynaud, LeBoeuf, and Julie Hoverson. All persons, places, and events in this story were fictitious or used in a fictitious manner and are not meant to reflect any persons, places, or things, living, dead, or undead. Questions? Comments? We would love to hear from you. Contact us at 19nocturne@live.com, that's 19nocturne, or check out our website at www.19nocturneboulevard.com, or join us in the 19 Nocturne Boulevard forum over at audiodramatalk.com. This presentation is copyright 2010 to Julie Hoverson and Reality Productions.
Them folks only gained out of this one.
Let's do it. These folks have only gained out of this one. We's the Unity. Come on down to the Unity gas station.
It's located next to the Unity Trailer Park.
That's where everybody lives. And it's all the same.
rinse and repeat. It will leave me feeling complete. Go away, away. 'Cause I don't wanna keep you.